Hi Mr. New Mobile here. We got plenty of Apple iPhone 12 news this week, including some unwanted surprises. Please subscribe followed by the bell. You can also keep up on Facebook, Twitter by clicking the links in the description. The iPhone 12 may cost more than we thought. The camera layout might be completely different than we expected. Some more bad information on its release before get started though. Please like the video. And it may be good or bad depending on how you look at it, but Apple ICO Cormier is taken to Twitter to advise the Apple iPhone 12 price we've been hoping for could actually all be wrong. First, he says that the standard 5.4-inch iPhone 12, the 5G model, is to start at $699 for the 64GB, $749 for the 128 and $849 for the 256GB version. He says the 5G at 6.1-inch iPhone 12 Max be $799 for 64GB, $849 for 128, and $949 for 256GB. The 6.1-inch iPhone 12 Pro can be $1049. Finally, the 6.7-inch iPhone 12 Pro Max is apparently starting at $1149, the 128GB version $1249 for the 256 $1449 if you want the 512GB version. So these prices are much higher than we originally thought, but at the same time we need to remember this has not been confirmed. His Twitter account was only created on 3 June and I have to say I hadn't heard of them until recently. Have to wait and see his accuracy, but I wouldn't worry too much for now. He also advises that the cameras can be different to the renters. We've seen the light sensor on the iPhone 12 can be much smaller than expected. It can be 3 larger lenses with the light sensor smaller in the bottom right corner. Now I'm being told that this camera information is actually correct. So my advice can be to disregard for now. You have to wait and see. Some of you may have also seen that John Prosser tweeted a few days ago say that the iPhone 12 and the new iPads are to be launched in October instead of September. Now this has now unfortunately been confirmed by Apple as well. Look on my street, who is Apple's chief financial officer, stated this later. Now no reason was given for this, but of course it's going to be down to the current outbreak. We've also had 9 to 5 Mac forcing the iOS simulator to run at a resolution of 960x2079 in iOS 14, and it of course worked perfectly so. This further confirms that the smallest iPhone 12 can be a 5.4-inch display. Note the shame I had to deliver mainly bad news today, so to trying, and with some good people are saying there's not going to be an in-display fingerprint scanner, but I've been told that there will be also. As I said in my previous video, I would look into the disabled 120 Hz display, and it appears that the VAST also folds. Many are claiming that the hardware can be capable of 120 Hz, but applicant to disable it, and this just isn't true. I'm being told the iPhone 12 Pro and the iPhone 12 Pro Max above can have 120 Hz adaptive displays which can function as expected. Is now expected that all 4 models of the launch on the 1st or the 2nd week of October. We pretty much have all of the details for all of the models. We'll run through each model specs, design and price. An outlet to progress in the display from Samsung is important to note straight off the bat. The supranational means absolutely nothing. So don't get too caught up on that, but nonetheless it can be an owner display with a resolution of 2340x1080. This gives us a 475 pixels per inch, and it's a September slot. Reports suggest that production of the affect the shipping date, which we've seen before in versions of the Apple iPhone 12. Previously Ross Young said it wasn't going to happen, and this did cause a lot of disappointment. As I said in my previous videos of the larger iPhone 12 will have a 120 Hz display. This has now also been confirmed by Max Windback and Everything Apple Pro sources. Well, unfortunately. They've also stated that while it is a 120 Hz display, it may be disabled in software. I'm currently trying to get some further information on this, and I will update you guys ASAP. It does seem crazy for Apple to do this on the iPhone 12, we'll have to wait and see. For now, speaking of the displays, that we have live images of the iPhone 12 display, and these were paid on Weeble over the weekend, or many were unsure what model this is actually for, as to check station has tweeted to say that this is for the 5.4-inch iPhone 12. But of course we can't verify the accuracy if it is real, though it of course shows the note may not be as small as everyone's been hoping for, but as I've been telling you guys for the past few weeks, or the note is going to be reduced in size. It's not going to be as making it out to be. We also got good news for anyone worried about the BO display on the 6.1-inch iPhone 12. It's no longer going to happen via we have recruited Samsung engine is to improve the quality of their panels, but then not can be adopted by Apple until at least next year. So the iPhone 12 panels this year can be manufactured by LG and Samsung. We also had another tweet from Mr. White showing us a photo of the new Apple 814 chip. Now again, we can't verify this in an actual fact, it doesn't matter too much. It was always just can be a chip saying a 14, it with the Apple logo. We have more information from Max win back, and everything Apple Pro. The iPhone 12 will in fact come with a braided USB-C to light-in cable. Unfortunately not get the power brick all the earphones, at least in the smaller models. This is also backed by Manchukuo and save money for Apple, as well as reducing their environmental impact. Before get going with the iPhone 12 upgrades, we'll discuss very unpopular downgrade, and that is of course can be the battery capacity. I showed you guys the battery certification a couple of weeks ago on 12 battery. This battery is 2775 million hours, and it is, of course, for the iPhone 12 Max and the iPhone 12 Pro. The 5.4-inch iPhone 12 battery only has 2227 million hours, the iPhone 12 Pro Max has 3687. This was discovered in certification, and so it is very likely to be true, but given the increased efficiency in the 814 battery life, still, it should not be a problem. So not to the upgrades. The iPhone 12 is coming with improved cameras. That was always to be expected. Last week I told you guys in the periscope lens is not happening, is that, and save it for next year's iPhone. This is iPhone 12. We still get some upgrades. Michiko advises that Apple moving to U, Samco and Sunny optical lenses, and they're introducing a voice, Coil Motors voice, and this is an improved stabilization that uses magnets instead of the improved the autofocus as well. We had news of improved speeches in the iPhone 12, which again, it was always likely, and this news comes from everything Apple Pro and Max win back. We don't get to see the speaker itself. We can in fact. They seem to have better performance, especially with the lower frequencies they provided. A clip of the iPhone 12 speaker playing at 50% volume will go ahead and listen to that now. We will see what news of Gorilla Glass Victors, which is an exciting new strength in class. This will help protect your device's display. Many blogs, and now citing that this is part of the iPhone 12 design, but I'm being told that it's not. Probably the iPhone 12 is not. Adopting this new technology would likely have to wait for the iPhone 13 finally, with some reports from Microtech are now. These are based on quotes from multiple Chinese suppliers, and the saying the 5G iPhones will be postponed until November. The launch will still be in September as expected, and this can be for all four models. For we normally see the release a couple of weeks after. Microtech are advising that the LT iPhone 12 can go on sale in mid-October. Of salt for now, but as soon as I get some more information and update you guys right away. Unfortunately, that's all the information I have today, with all four models launching on the second week of September. It's not going to be long until Apple confirm things themselves. We've already had pretty much the full specs for all four models. To quickly run through that now. To start with the it looks ideal for one-handed use, doesn't it? We got the same impression last year when Max Redberg, a Swedish graphic designer, created a concept illustration of how the new 5.4 inches size might look. The Makata report linked above also supports the existence of the new sizes. The site predicted some while ago that iPhones in 5.4 inches, 6.1 inches and 6.7 inches sizes would be launched in late 2020. The death of Lightning, it's a recurrent rumor, but will 2020 be the year Apple finally gives in and replaces its proprietary Lightning port with USB-C, as it did on it not, since that was a special case. Fast data transfers to and from cameras being a requirement of many digital creatives. And owners of Lightning-based headphones and other accessories would be pretty ticked off. And this is just can record. The iPhone 12 is a 5.4-inch iPhone with lets to progress in the display from Samsung. Is important to note straight off the bat. This to progress no means absolutely nothing. So don't get too caught up on that, but nonetheless, it can be an owner display with a resolution of 2348 x 1080. This gives us a 475 pixels per inch, and it's got an 8-bit color depth, with have been rumors of almost having a 120 Hz displays. Unfortunately, it appears that this model is only can be 60 Hz, is can be equipped with 4 gigs of RAM, and it can come with the choice of 128 or 256 storage. It's got an Armenian frame, and of course, is the Apple 814 Bionic chip with 5G support. The iPhone 12 is coming with Joe cameras on the Ray, and it will, of course, be shipping with iOS 14 for those that want the 4 gig of RAM with 128 storage, is launching a price of $649 if you want to upgrade it to the 256 gig iPhone 12, and it's $750. Next up with the iPhone 12 Max. To be clear, this is the Max and not the Pro Max. The iPhone 12 Max has a 6.1-inch outlet display. This again is a Super Retina. It did not pass the quality assurance test. It comes with a resolution of 2532 what by 1170. This gives us a 460 pixels per inch, and again, it has an 8-bit color depth. Get 4 gigs of RAM, choice of 128 or 256 storage, and of course the iPhone 12 Max is powered by the 14 Bionic chip. Is Armenian frame 5G connectivity uses actual camera setup on the Rare. For those that want the 128GB iPhone 12 Max is going to be launching at a price of $749. For those that want the 250/60 version, that in the price rises it to $849. Next up, the iPhone 12 Pro also has a 6.1-inch display with actually the same size as the iPhone 12 Max. We do have an improved display in specs. The iPhone 12 Pro 61-inch Super Retina OLED display with promotion and 10-bit color depth display is manufactured by Samsung and has a resolution of 2532x1170, giving us 460 pixels. Open unconfirmed, and there are few people saying this may not happen. The iPhone 12 Pro comes with 6 gigs of RAM and a choice of 128, 256 or even 512 gig storage. It of course ships with the Apple 14 Bionic chip set. The iPhone 12 Pro is 5G compatible. It comes in a stainless steel frame, and on the Rare we get a triple camera setup along with the lighter sense of adapters. For the 128 gigs iPhone 12 Pro it can be $999. For the 256 it's $1,099. The 512 gig iPhone 12 Pro can be $1,299. Last but not least, we have the iPhone 12 Pro Max. The iPhone 12 Pro Max comes with a 6.7-inch OLED display. Again, this is Super Retina display, and hopefully with promotion get a 10-bit color depth, and of course it is manufactured by Samsung to the resolution of 2778x1284. This gives us 458 pixels per inch. Again, we expect and hope it can be a 120Hz promotion display, but there are few. 2560512 internal storage has got a stainless steel frame, and the iPhone 12 Pro Max is of course powered by the 814 Bionic chipset. This does have 5G support just like the iPhone 12 Pro. We get 3 cameras in the Rare, along with the lighter sensor. For those who want the 128GB iPhone 12 Pro Max can the launch at a price of $1,099. If you have the 250/60 version, it's $1,199, and for those that want the most expensive in the range, the 512 iPhone 12 Pro Max can be launching at a whopping $1,399. And what is, of course, important to note that these pricing leaks came very early on from John Prosser, has provided plenty of accurate leaks, but also got some of them wrong. Recently he also provided this very early on. So there is a chance that things could change, but personally I think that there at least can be very close to what we see overwrote. The Apple iPhone 12 is proving to be a great range of iPhones that many of you guys looking forward to is great. We've got all of this in is to have some surprises that launch. While there may be delays in the release date, the launch is expected to be on time, and that will, of course, be 8 September this year. Given the current outbreak, it's likely that it's again going to be an online-only launch event, similar to the last worldwide developer conference. As always, though, if any more information comes to light, I'll be sharing with you guys straight away. But as always, I'd like to know your thoughts in the comments. Was excited for the iPhone 12 launch, and you think we'll get a 120Hz display enabled in the software? Well, have been said, please subscribe, like the video, comment. Thanks for watching. See you.